ladies and gentlemen. Adam Noble 4C here. I am here in Riga, Latvia, with exciting Latvian MMA star Silvestrs Kaneps. How are you, my friend?
Hey man, hey, what's up? I'm good, How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. We've got a boxing show coming up this weekend, but we're here to talk about MMA. We're here to talk about your career. I commentated on your last fight, and it was about 9 months ago. Is that correct?
I think, yeah, it was in October 31. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
9 months.
Yeah. So we were talking about it before we started recording. We were talking about you're known for sort of like knocking guys out very quickly with your hands.
Yeah.
This time you used a choke. Tell us about your last fight.
The last fight was like, this was a different guy. I need to fight the Belgian guy, Sebastian De Franco. He was more like a grappler. I have a good training camp, so yeah. Then I know the guy was a kickboxer, that I put him down and put him in the choke and just choke out him.
Yeah.
And that was all.
Got him done. Got him done.
Yeah.
That's interesting. You're talking about you were sort of training for a different opponent,
Yeah.
and then you got more of a sort of grappler wrestler guy.
Yeah.
Didn't really seem to bother you. Did you think about maybe pulling out the fight yourself, or well, what? Tell me the sort of mindset you're feeling when the opponent changes so quickly, and the opponent is so stylistically different.
In my mind, I don't want to change the fight. I want to fight him because I was in a great shape. I was training like 2 months, and so that's why no. Yeah, for sure, the style was stylistically the guy was a little bit different. He was a kickboxer,
Yeah.
and for sure we with my coach we make a very quick game plan before this fight. We need to put him down, put him in a wrestling and grappling match, and yeah, that was great great plan for us, and it was a new experience for me just because in that week we changed like 3 or 4 fighters. So yeah, mindset I was a little bit, I would say I need to be more focused. I was like a going inside the fight like a walk in the park, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's why I need to be like need to maybe next time I need to put more pressure, put my mindset like you go into the war, and maybe it's gonna be more quicker and better result at like last fight.
Yeah. So that's interesting. You say that maybe it'll be quicker. Do you feel like you've done something wrong if you don't get rid of them very early in the fight?
In the last fight, I think I need to, when I rewatch the fight, I think I need to put more my hands because right now I train with a good boxing coach in Latvia. It's Ralph Wilson's dad,
Yeah,
Norman
no, very
Swarenberg,
well.
and he's putting a lot of work in my striking game. So I think next fight he's gonna be in October. I think I'm gonna put more better show. For sure, the opponent is gonna be much better in like last fight. He's gonna
Yeah.
be more stronger, I think, and he well rounded. So, but I won that fight. I wanted that dog fight, you know.
Yeah. Good man. Good stuff. So next fight, tell me some of the details about that. You're talking about maybe a fight somewhere else in Europe. You've got a new management company, I believe.
Yeah.
Give us some details on that, please, Sylvester.
Yeah, the next fight, when I hear from my manager, is gonna be in October 16. It's gonna be in Germany, in Düsseldorf.
Yeah.
Organization is Elite MMA Championship.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's a new organization in Germany, but they are very growing fast. They are putting last show was very great fights, and I was rewatching them. And yeah, right now I'm with UFD Sport Management. It's Tommy and Ivan Jajkovic,
Yeah.
two guys. I think like they are the best European MMA management.
Okay, cool.
Because they have a lot of guys who is fighting UFC, in KSW, in Poland, and the big stars, the champions. And I think right now I'm under great management. So yeah, the last time I fight in Europe it was in 2017. I fight in We Love MMA, and then I fight with a great German's MMA amateur prospect. He was a #1 in that category.
Yeah, cool.
And that fight goes in distance, but I take a unanimous decision. He was a grappler, and then I put him in my grappling area and put him strikes, and that was a great show for me. I think I fight in different arenas in different countries much better in my side.
Interesting.
That
Go on.
that's why, because I have this mindset, you are not in home, the guys are cheering for the different guy, and then I want to prove it that I'm a better guy.
Yeah, yeah. So that gives you a little extra
Yeah.
push. Interesting. I do a lot of work in boxing mainly, but we do the mixed shows. Obviously, you were on one of them. What is the state of MMA in Latvia at the moment? Obviously, we've had the coronavirus thing, but where are we as a country with our MMA? How well are we doing?
In Latvia, yeah.
Yeah.
I think right now it's this sport MMA is growing in
Yeah.
Latvia. We have a lot of young guys who's coming up. They're winning the show. We have like Baltic states are growing in MMA. The Lithuanian guys, Estonian guys, Latvian guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Yeah.
A lot of them, and they are growing for a little bit. I think, like my suggestion for the promoters is need to make only MMA.
I
So,
agree with you.
because this boxing ring is a little bit different, when you're gonna put the MMA show, it's gonna be, I think, better. One time in the Tukums there was only MMA fights, I think.
Yeah, Yanis does that.
Yeah,
doesn't
Jan is
he?
doing, yeah, and that was a great show. This was a cage inside and a different atmosphere. The people are knowing a little bit more this sport.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows that boxing, kickboxing. We have a great fighters. We have a great MMA.
There's loads
fight.
of you guys, aren't there? There's Chizov,
Alex and Chizo, Danik,
Vestanov.
Vesnonak, yes, and Edgar Skrivas right now karate
Yeah, he's
combat
doing some
champion.
big
Yeah,
things at the
he's
moment.
very big things. I know he's like right now the future in this sport,
Yeah.
where we can watch and learn from him.
Yeah. What do you think the chances are of one of the big sort of companies to come to Latvia and do a show? How do you think that can happen? And it be a pure MMA show as well.
I think first one, if the company is coming here in Latvia, I think we need to, like Alex and Chizo right now is fighting in a Ukrainian show.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he gonna fight for the title. If he gonna win the title, I'm sure he wins the title. Then he can ask for the make a show in Latvia,
Yeah.
And different guys who I think if I gonna fight in the Elite MMA Championship, maybe I can ask him make the show in Latvia, just to like say promote the whole country, And that's why.
Cool. One thing I want to talk about, you have the record for the fastest knockout in MMA history?
In Latvia.
Yeah. So yeah, tell me about that. I've seen it. Must be something you're very proud of. And are you hoping to break that record as well? Maybe in other countries?
I hope so, yeah. Actually, before this fight, this was my first pro fight. That was my debut in MMA, and the guy was debut too. So, yeah, it was a great shape. I was training a lot. I was living that 2 years before this fight. I was living in the gym. Then I was training with a different coach. I was training with Vladislav Chernowski,
Yeah.
and he put me in a very great mindset before the fight. When we start warm up, he was like holding the pads and just like hit the jab, and he was like hitting it with a different pad. And I was so angry before this fight. I just come inside, just I want to kill him. And then the guy was a striker too, but he was doing a lot of amateur MMA fights, and
Yeah.
he knows that I have a great grappling base, a great wrestling base, and he knows that maybe I'm gonna put him down. And that's why just with the coach we just say we need to start doing just a little bit, show him if we're gonna go down, and the right hand was in a great spot,
There.
He was there, yeah.
Certainly was. So this is very interesting what you're telling me about your grappling and your wrestling. You're well known for your striking as well. So you were telling me you were helping our boxer Ralph Vilkans get ready for his big fight in Belgrade. So that's quite interesting. So you do some boxing as well, or more just training?
I just training, just training. I do some boxing, kickboxing stuff with Normund Warenberg. Yeah, but before this fight, when Ralph win the belt, I just help him a little bit because the Mark Hanning was a smaller guy. He's like guy who wants to clinch more and close the distance and work from the close distance. Yeah, and then Ralph showed the clinch game. We will bit wrestling, show the positions, arm drags and stuff like that, and then helps Ralph a lot. You see the last fight, he just fight brilliant. But Mark Hanning was like tough rock. When I spar with Ralph, and it's a little bit different, like MMA, sparring, and boxing, but it's a great experience for me too. We're helping each other. I help him with the clinch game. He helped me with the boxing.
Brilliant. That's great to hear. That's really cool. Um, Obviously, we live in the era now of crossover fights and all this stuff. Tyson Fury's on about fighting Ngannou in a ring, but with the 4-ounce gloves on. Is that anything that sort of floats your boat? Do you ever think about crossing over into other sports, or do you want to stay focused on MMA?
Right now, my focus is only on MMA. I have like some goals what I need to achieve, to get in the bigger organizations, to win some belts, get some sponsors more and stuff like that. And then maybe, for sure, it's interesting for sport. The people like that,
Yeah.
The people like that. They have some fans who like cheering like Nagano, yeah, and the guys who cheering for the Fury. It's interesting for sport for sure, yeah. For sure, the different stuff like the YouTube boxings, I don't care about them, yeah.
Yeah.
But real sportsmen, like it's interesting for sure. Right now, it's for people.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, we've got a lot of. You've got Gorlovs. He's a kickboxer, isn't he? Originally,
Gorlov, yeah.
A lot of the boxers are. Even Bradis, they're all ex-kickboxers.
Yeah,
Even.
Briaz was training in the same gym right now where I'm training, Budo.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So.
Normans and then Chernigo was the coaches for Briaz.
Oh, see, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
So very interesting. What we'll end on, we'll find out a little bit more about you, sort of personally, and why you started fighting. Why did you start a career in MMA? How did this start?
I grow up in a small town in Wangaji, there always was a thing like you always need to prepare and need to fight when you say something to the other guy, you need to fight. And I grow up like a fighting.
So there's a few fights in that town on a Friday, Saturday
yeah,
night, yeah?
That
Okay.
was like street fights, yeah. But for sure I love this sport because when I was like when I younger was watching Klitschko guys.
Oh, so that's your
Vladimir,
inspiration.
yeah, I was
wow.
watching them. I like the fighting. I like this how they walk inside the ring and all this stuff, And then a lot of guys was doing some boxing, and then I go just to the basement gym, just put some gloves and we spar. We don't have any technique. And in age 15, I just when I started studying in Riga, one of my friends was training with Vladislav Chernowski. He said maybe you need to come, and then first time I come, I was know about something with boxing and something about already with grappling because many guys was training in judo, and then he said you have the talent, you just need to train, and that's why I start training. First fight in amateurs I win, and then he's got to give me some like motivation to get more, and then I win a couple of amateur fights, some belts and amateur, and that's why I started professional.
Cool story. This will be the final question actually. Who's your sort of inspiration right now in MMA? Who's a fighter you watch or recently retired who really inspires you and you're like, I want to be like that guy. I want to fight like him.
It's gonna be for sure 100% George St. Pierre.
Yeah. Okay.
Because when many guys are a little bit laughing when I have a bald hair, no hair. They say you look like a George St. Pierre, and that I have a little bit honor for that,
Tiny bit. Tiny bit.
That's why. But I like George St. Pierre. He's like a quiet. He don't speak much. He don't doing some just great war, great experience, well-rounded fighter, grappling, striking, everything, and great champion.
Yeah.
This is the guy I always watch. I really watch many times when after the training I have bad trainings, bad sparrings. I just go in YouTube, watch his fight, and just give me motivation. Next day I'm better and better.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there is one thing I wanted to ask you about. We were talking about Conor's leg break.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's been talking about in MMA. You might be a little bit bored about talking about it. Can Conor come back? Can he come back? Or is he done?
I don't know. I think after the last fight when he fight with Khabib, he make a great fight, and then with Dustin Poirier, the second fight, he was doing like a boxing match, but I don't know. I think he's got much money, but my opinion is he's gonna make it with not a Dustin fight, but a different guy fight. He wins, and then maybe he's gonna end the career.
Yeah.
I think that because he need to win some fight to end the career. Maybe he's gonna fight for the belt. I don't know.
Well, I've actually broken my legs similar to how Conor. I wasn't in a fight, but a similar sort of leg break. Yeah. and
That's
it's
a very,
12
very,
years later,
yeah.
and it still really
Yeah,
hurts, man.
that's a very, very big injury. I think many guys, like, I don't know, Yevgeny Alexeyev, he broke his leg in the kickboxing match too.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And that's why he started boxing, because he don't want to kick anymore.
You don't want any more broken legs. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, that's a very, very big injury
Yeah.
in this sport.
And how are you with injuries? You seem pretty good.
I have some small injuries.
Niggles.
Yeah, niggles and stuff like that. It's thanks God. Maybe in the future, I hope I finish my career with no injuries.
Yeah, I hope,
hope
so
so.
too. Silvestrs, Kaneps. Great chat, man. We've been chatting away for 15 minutes. Look forward to incoming news about your fight in Germany, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.